Hi there, Having Faith Through the Flames here, and today is Tuesday. We're going to be doing something completely different today. I'm going to be reading you a short story that I wrote, but we have changed it up, and we are going to give you a little bit of a different feel. I hope you enjoy it. The interview. I sat down at the table in the old coffee shop, feeling nervous about this interview. Questions flying around in my continued reverie to the point that I failed to notice my contact had arrived. The sound of the chair scraping the floor across from me whipped me back into the present. Without looking at him, I began the interview, not bothering to make introductions. I'd like to ask you some questions about some things I've heard and read, I began. Questions about the validity of information being pumped out into the masses. He didn't answer, so I continued after a second or two. If I'm so blessed, why does it always feel like the world is crashing down around me? He didn't answer, but waited. Maybe that one was a little too difficult to start with. I decided to ask a few more different questions. If I'm blessed, why do I feel numb? If I'm blessed, why don't I feel peace? Still, he didn't answer. I could feel frustration gnawing at the edges of my self-control. Perhaps he was thinking about his answers, trying to come up with a clever way to justify the hurt and sorrow spreading through the world. If I'm blessed, why am I living paycheck to paycheck? If I'm blessed, why am I not getting promoted at work? If I'm blessed, why am I so worried about the future? He remained quiet. Did he even care? Was he going to answer any of my questions? Feeling like I was fighting a losing battle, I hit him with several questions quickly. If I'm so blessed, why am I constantly battling depression? If I'm blessed, why can't I hear God? If I'm so blessed, why do I feel lonely all the time? If I'm blessed, why do I fall back into old and bad habits? If I'm blessed, why did my marriage end? I could feel salty tears trickling down my cheeks. Frustrated I'd be so silly as to cry when I was so upset, I roughly brushed them away. I could feel my heart battling to slow down. I breathed in deep and looked at my contact for the first time. If I'm so blessed, why don't I feel like it? My shoulders began to shake under the oppression of my sorrow and hurt. I dropped my eyes from his face and covered my face weeping, each tear filled with anxiety, anger, and fear. Listening to my questions with quiet understanding, he leaned forward and placed his hand on mine, gently pulling them away from my face. He handed me a napkin and began to answer. Dear child, the world is not falling because greater is he that is in you than he who is in the world. You are blessed. I wiped away my tears with the napkin and blew my nose as he spoke. Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything, by prayer and thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. And the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in me. You are blessed. I breathed in deep, listening to each word he said, realizing he was answering every question I had asked. You have a job. Each and every day I provide for the sparrows and I clothe the flowers. How much more will I do for you? You are blessed. Those who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not grow weary. They shall walk and not faint. You are blessed. Dear one, live for today. Let the worries of tomorrow take care of themselves, because you are blessed. Feeling my anger and fear subside in me, I looked into his face and saw he was smiling at me. Why would he be smiling? Is he not taking me seriously? I am a refuge for the oppressed, a stronghold in times of trouble. Those who know my name will trust in me, for I never forsake those who seek me. You are blessed. Whoever is of God hears the words of God. The reason why you do not hear them is that you aren't of God. Still, you are blessed. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and lean on me, for I am gentle and humble in heart. You will find rest for your souls, for my yoke is easy and my burden is light. You are blessed. Return to me. I will cure you of backsliding, for I am the Lord your God. You are blessed. Forgiveness of all sins is available through faith in me. Child, you are blessed. Feeling a warm and comforting peace spread through me, I feel tears once again fall down my face. He was talking to me, about me. I could feel his love radiating to me despite all that I had done and the mistakes that I had made. He forgave me without me holding on to my faith, without me believing he could ever take me back. He was there for me. As for your last question, I ask you, if a man has 100 sheep and one of them gets lost, will he not leave the 99 on the mountain to go in search of the one that is lost? Dear one, I have come for you, my precious child. You are blessed. Looking into his loving face, I was flooded with peace. I realized I had been looking at everything all wrong. I'd been looking through the lenses of the world rather than the lens of truth. Knowing I was beginning to understand, he chuckled quietly and gripped my hands tighter. Just then the waitress came by and set coffee in front of each of us. Without looking at it, I took a sip. It was my favorite order, made perfectly. Then I remembered I had not ordered anything before sitting down because I was determined to get my answers. I looked at him, the great I am, and knew even in this small task, he took care of me. All right, so I hope you enjoyed my short story, and I hope it kind of talked to you the way it talked to me. I really enjoyed writing it, and I felt like it just answered a lot of questions that I had just beating around in my heart. If you guys like this video, go ahead and leave a comment below. Hit the like button, and go ahead and click the bell icon so that you can get notified when I post new videos. I typically post videos on Tuesdays and Thursdays. If you have a prayer request, go ahead and write down below that you have one, and I will private message you. All right, you guys, until Thursday. Bye.